My wedding was 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to show y'all all the things that I got off of AliExpress to make it more affordable and still look classy and
Some people just come to my door and ask me, could they share a message with me about Jesus?
Okay, I got my TikTok live going, and I got my YouTube live going. Let's see if I can set this up here. This shit never fucking fits. It'll probably fall. Okay, I am going to be on live today for quite some time because I'm about to, first of all, I just took a shower, so I need to finish my skincare. I just washed my face, and then I'm about to make me a quick lunch, and then we're gonna do my lash clusters, and maybe might do my makeup. We'll see. But really what I got on here to ask y'all, the main thing is, should I go on a date with this man this weekend? At first it was given, oh, okay. But the more we got to talking, the more I was like, I don't know about this one. And I'm trying not to like kill it before it can even be anything. Like, girl, you ain't even going on a date and you already like. But some of the comments that he made was very off-putting, and I am like, I told one of my homegirls, I am just in a place where I'll be like, that's not my husband. That's not my husband. So if I know a man is my husband, why am I going on a date with you? Oh shit, y'all can't even hear me over here. Hold on. Okay, maybe you could hear me, but I couldn't hear nothing. I don't know what that was, but yeah, if it's not feeling like this man could be my husband, I don't want to go. I don't want to be around. I don't need to be in the room. I don't need to be in your company. I just don't feel the need. Well, down goes TikTok. I'm about to be on live for a very long time. I literally do not have time for this phone to be acting stupid. What can I put in front of it? So yeah, I'm trying to not give up on Hinge because that's all I have. I don't go nowhere. So what else am I gonna do? How else am I gonna meet people if I don't like actually meet somebody? Okay. I'm doing my skincare routine and I'm adding in a new product. So that's why I'm like, you do need to add in. That feels good. You do need to add your skincare products in a certain order. And we'll talk more about skincare after we've cooked this lunch. But as you can see, I have a little Miss Ma'am, a little Miss Mama's here. And the videos are on my TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of the things of me doing my facial. And I was telling y'all recently that I had what I thought was a bump here. And I tried to like squeeze the matter out, but I realized it's actually an empty cyst sac. So I had a cyst there before, but there's no matter in it anymore. It's just the sac. So I have to figure out a way to try to get the sac to break down. In the meantime, that's what I was left with after trying to squeeze it. It'll probably be gone in another 2 weeks, just based on what I'm putting on it. But that cyst sac we have to get rid of. This is what I'm using for the hyperpigmentation for it. This Kiehl's Autotone Discoloration Cream. That's what I'm using for it. It'll be gone in 2 weeks. Not gone, but it'll be like faded really well. It had a scab over it and it just came off as I was washing my face when I got out the shower just now. I used oil to help clean my face. And so that oil just had that thing slip right on off. As I'm doing my skincare, I don't like my skin to dry out. So I re-moisten my face with some rose water spray before I keep applying the rest of my products. I'm thinking that what I need to do is I need to get that cyst sac broken down and my skin just reabsorb it, because what I don't want to happen is the cyst sac refill with matter and then I have a cyst on my face again. If you go to my TikTok or where is it at? Yeah, it's on my TikTok page, my main TikTok page. It was always joy. You'll see I put up some pictures of when it was an actual cyst, when it formed last year. And then after I squeezed the matter out, it went flat and it got dark. And it actually faded away pretty well because I was keeping up with my good old skincare routine and all of the things, but haven't really been treating my skin the best as of late. And so I think that's why it kind of like showed itself again. And it's not, like I said, there's nothing in it. It's just an empty cyst sac, and I can feel it. Now with over-the-counter skin treatments, it's a lot of stuff you used to only be able to get done in an esthetician's office, like red light therapy, micro needling, some of the high frequency ones. I need to get some sort of over-the-counter situation like that to help me just break down that cyst sac, because really all it is just extra skin cells, a bunch of extra like keratin and stuff that's caused it to build up and me be able to feel it. It feels like a little pebble under my skin. It don't hurt or anything, but I do want to get rid of it because I don't want it to refill. So first thing we got to do is work on the hyperpigmentation that we have going on. Once we get rid of that, like the main part of the scarring will be gone within 2 weeks, but the majority of it is going to take much longer, and I need to figure out what I can get. I need to see what skincare company has something that can, it might be the high frequency one that I could use to break down this cyst sac so it goes away completely and never returns. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all about the guy. We've been talking for just a couple of days. Conversation was going really well. Why my wall look like that? And he's asking a lot of questions. I can tell he's really trying to get to know who I am. learn more about me. I'm just gonna reapply this scarf, y'all. Don't worry about my hair. We're gonna figure out something to do with her too. I was really sleeping, child. But then he started saying some things that threw me off. Have y'all ever, or I know if you've never dated someone like this, I know y'all have heard the girls on TikTok talk about when guys try to like knock you down a peg. That's what the comments was given to me. So we were talking about, what did he ask me? He asked me, we were talking about weddings, right? And I had said what I would want for my wedding, which is I don't care to have a traditional wedding. I think some of the tradition as far as weddings are concerned are a bit silly. Like if it's me and my husband day, why do I need 5 bridesmaids, 5 groomsmen, a flower girl, a ring bearer? Like all of that is just so unnecessary. It's a bit more performative than what I would like when I get married. And so I was just telling him, like, my ideal wedding setup situation would be me and my husband. Of course, at this point, I've been proposed to, all of the things. And so we just decide when we want to get married, and we go get married, like, on the coast of a very nice, like, romantic-esque place, like Rome or Paris or, some European coast, okay? We would go there. We would get married. We would honeymoon all in one. I am not somebody, and it's like, oh, are people going to be able to come? I actually don't want nobody to come. If I could get away with it just being me and my husband, I would do that. But I'm likely going to just have it be parents and siblings. I don't need no close friends. I don't need no cousins. I don't need none of that. I just need me and my husband, because that's really what a marriage is about. And I think people get really, they intensify the party part of the wedding and who's going to be there and who's going to see me and who's going to be standing at the front. It's literally irrelevant. It's not about anybody else. I wouldn't go to Jamaica, but along those lines of just leaving the country and going somewhere and getting married somewhere, like, that just has that vibe. And what I said specifically was somewhere that had a beautiful scenery. Like, I still want a photographer and all of that. Like, as we are standing there saying our vows or getting married or kissing or whatever, the background would be this beautiful place. Okay, that was what I said. Y'all know what that man told me? He told me that I was a yellow flag because I was materialistic. What about that is materialistic? How is it materialistic to want to go somewhere and get married and honeymoon all at once? And then I had said when we come back to the States, we could have a reception party. Didn't have to be like right away. That we could wait 3 months, 6 months, hell, a year. Didn't matter. But we would have like a reception party. So we would still celebrate with our family and our friends and whoever you want to be there. But it would be that. It wouldn't be. So essentially, a traditional wedding is the groomsmen and the bridesmaid and the people and the place and the reception party and then the honeymoon. That's a traditional wedding, Black culture. What I want to do is go get married and honeymoon out of the country, all in one, and then come back and have a reception party. First of all, you save so much money that way. And people talk about how much weddings cost. I don't know what the cost is, but so how is what I want materialistic? It actually sounds like less materials. I'm gonna go ahead and because I really wish that YouTube allowed me to have moderators in the YouTube live so that I don't have to like go through the comments and like kick people out who are like 10 years old, leaving retarded comments. I don't. Ooh, TikTok not gonna like I said that word. How did the honeymoon first? You did the honeymoon first. No, so like if let's say we go to Italy, okay? So we go to Italy and we get married and we're already in Italy, so we're honeymooning. You see? You follow me? Okay. I'm gonna move y'all in here. So I can make myself this real quick lunch. And we still gonna talk about this because that ain't all he said. And that's why I'm just like, some of the other comments that were said, I'm just like, I don't know if I even want to go on a date because I feel like there's something that's making me feel as though this is not a match. See, I'm going to, okay, for the people on the live, my live just got flagged for HATE speech because I said that R word. That is not hate speech, okay? That is a word in the dictionary and it does have a meaning. But I'm going to end this live and I'm going to restart it because this live is just kind of like dead in the water now that it's been flagged. Give me 2 or 3 minutes and I'll restart the live. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying not to be too like rigid in that way, but at the same time, you telling me I'm a yellow flag and the things that you saying is making me feel like actually you're the red flag and this isn't gonna work. So I don't want to waste my time. Off topic, but it looks like you're wearing paradise fold head scarf. I don't know what paradise. This is a scarf from my hairstylist in Atlanta. All these emails. Me. My friends did that with PR. So I don't even understand. Now, again, and also let me mention, we got to mention this part. This is someone who is not well traveled. Because I did, as the conversation continued, I did ask him about, like, where have you been to? He told me Atlanta. Yeah. So, and ain't nothing wrong with Atlanta now. I live a good ghetto Atlanta time. I lived in Atlanta for 6.5 years. That's where I was before I came to Florida a year ago. So, I'm trying to pull up his TikTok. But he told me that he's never been on a cruise and he wants to go. And I want to say he's never been out the country. I can't really remember. I did ask him if he had a passport, and I want to say he said yeah. Has he ever been to a wedding? That's a good question. See, these are going to be the questions that I'm going to be asking when the next time we talk. What was another thing he told me? And this is like, for those of you who aren't new to who I am and how I feel about certain things, I grew up with my grandma and granddaddy. Okay, people who were married for well over 50 years. And so I recognize that everybody did not grow up in the type of 2-parent household. In addition, my parents were married, divorced, both of them remarried. So, and all of my aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody in my family is married. So I have a different appreciation, understanding, perspective, and viewpoint about marriage and family that a lot of people, a lot of black people, a lot of black men don't have. The sanctity of marriage, the importance of marriage is a thing for me. There's never going to be anything that anybody could ever say to make me look down at marriage, downplay marriage, feel like it's not necessary, or any of those things. And so I recognize that because of the viewpoint I have about it, I have to find somebody who shares those common values around marriage, and a lot of people don't. I'm going to tell you what he said about marriage. Because again, we're talking about wedding. We started talking about marriage. We talked about a lot of things. And I appreciate that he kind of like got straight in, trying to see if we were, I guess, equally yoked in some of our viewpoints and our values. But I need to get logged into my new TikTok page on this iPad. Give me 1 second. Hopefully that's the right password. Log logging in. Hopefully it's right. It's taking a minute, so I don't know. Incorrect password. Ask him all the questions because I'm in a Caribbean single parent household and I've traveled and been to multiple weddings. There's value. Germany in the house. Do you think it's all right for a man to 4 wives? The wives do better. I wish I had a moderator in here because, like, if you're not adding to the conversation, you just don't need to be in it. Oh, how do I get logged in on the phone? I wish I knew. What's the email that goes with this? I'll look it up and we'll keep talking. So yeah, like me growing up and being in married households, growing up that way, I've seen the importance of marriage. I understand the sanctity of marriage. I know that marriage is not perfect, but there is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, a benefit to both parents being in a healthy household with their children. And anyone who does not agree, to me, why are we having a conversation? Is it because you don't want to be married? Because somebody who thinks that way, we wouldn't even be having that conversation, would we not? Now, his parents are also married, but I'm assuming that it must not be like an ideal situation or setup, because what he said about that was, how did he say it? I mean, yeah, they still together, but it's not, I want to say he said it's not ideal. I want to say that was how he put it. And I know, I don't know what the password is, bruh. Forgot password. Email. Not now, reset. Password couldn't be reset because none exists. Sorry, y'all. Password. Just sent me an email. I wish I would have known because I would have did this before I got on live. Y'all just bear with me 1 second because I want y'all to know what this man said. 2, 1, 2. Okay. I didn't know you could have a TikTok page and then not have a password on your account. That's weird. Why does it keep telling me wrong password and I'm supposed to be creating one? TikTok about to not get the live because I just can't. He's a homebody. Actually, I'm more of the homebody. I was telling him that I really don't go nowhere. Like, he seems sweet, but then there's some fundamental things that I just don't know I don't know that it's going to serve either of us. I know that there's a desire on both of our ends to be in a relationship. I know that there is at least a physical attraction to one another. I know that there are some commonalities, but we're going to need to share some of the same fundamental values in order for it to make sense. And y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. Would you go on a date with someone who you don't share fundamental values with? Like, for example, and this isn't one of them for us, but this is along the lines of what I'm saying. If I'm Christian and someone else is Muslim and they desire to raise their children to be Muslim, that's not going to work for me. That's a fundamental value. You understand what I'm saying? If I am adamant that our children, if we have children that they are not punished physically, like with a whooping, and you are adamant that it has to be part of their rearing, that's a fundamental value. I'm not even going to enter into a contract with you legally, spiritually, emotionally, knowing that we both desire to have children, but we desire to raise them in different ways. Those are our fundamental values. So I'm trying to figure out if some of the things he said warrant me saying, I don't think that it's best if we go on a date together. Do that make sense? I do not understand. Okay, create password. I don't know. I'm about to just say forget it. This message is held for review. Oh, I hadn't already kicked them out, so. Anybody in here saying anything weird gets kicked out. I am 38 years old. Everybody in here needs to act like they want to talk to a 38-year-old. Okay? If you have comments that would be better suited for a live for someone who's like 15, 18, 21, 25, this is not the live for you. Go ahead and leave. If you don't leave and you leave the comment, I'm going to kick you out. Very simple. He ain't put me in no friend zone. We ain't even friends. We just literally just started talking a couple of days ago, and yeah. Maybe I should do it with Google. Maybe that'll work. Okay, I think we get somewhere now. Log in with Google. I'm logging in. This is so annoying. Like, this is probably why I didn't put the TikTok page on my iPad to begin with, because it's doing the damn most. It's asking me to sign up and I'm already fucking signed up. Forget it. Don't even worry about it. I literally don't care no more. Let me just get on my phone. I was trying not to get on the phone, but here we are. All right. There we go. Okay, so we just started talking the other day. If anybody in here knows how to, I can add someone as a moderator. It's 24 people in here. Thank you so much. I just did my skincare routine. If it's anybody in here who wants to be a moderator, kick all these weird commented people out. Let me know. I will add you as a moderator now. Now, I don't mind nobody asking no difficult question. I don't mind that at all. But all of this stuff about just, y'all know what weird behavior is. Okay? If it's weird behavior, you gotta kick them out. So if anybody want to be a moderator, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and I got some water on the stove. I'm getting ready to make myself a quick lunch. I'm boiling some water. It has a half a chicken bouillon cube in it. Just season it. And I'm just making a quick little homemade sauce with some stuff that I got in the fridge because I ain't got no groceries. I am black, so I do snap my noodles in half. Okay, I'm not Italian, so I don't care what they do. Now this is another issue. I talked about this on my TikTok page. I have been running into people on Hinge that I'm actually matching with, but once I get to talking to them, I realize, well, after a couple of days pass, I should say, and I go back to their profile and I look at their profile, I see that they don't actually live in Orlando. They live somewhere else. Why are you in another city on vacation or for a work trip trying to match with people on Hinge? What? Like you're never going to see them again. Why would you want to do that? I don't want to talk to you. You don't live here. And no, I'm not going to be doing anything long distance. Like if, like I'm not, no, you got to live where I live. This is past and not all black people snap them in half. Well, this black person does. My pajama set is linked to my Amazon storefront under girly fashion. I'm not from Orlando, but I do live here now. So now that my TikTok is on, I gotta catch them up. I gotta get them up to speed with what's going on with the guy. At the same time, I need to cut up some of this onion and tomato. Oh, I should put some peppers in it too. I thought about that. Cause we just making a quick little pasta with some veggies. Nothing too major. Okay. Let me get a bowl of this. So let me get TikTok up to speed. So y'all, I've been talking to this guy on Hinge. We're supposed to be going on a date this weekend. See what I mean? If there's anybody on YouTube that wants to be a moderator and kick people out of my live who make weird comments or just say things that are irrelevant to the topic at hand and the discussion being had, please let me know. If matter of fact, if it's anybody on TikTok who doesn't mind coming over to YouTube and getting on the YouTube live and being a moderator, please let me know. I'm looking for a moderator over here to get people out of the live that just, I ain't got time for nonsense and dumb comments. Okay, so we've been talking a couple of days. We've already said that, you know, we're going out this weekend. I did, you know, tell him that, because of course I'm not from here. So we were talking about, you know, me being not new, but I've been here for just about a year. And he was asking me like, oh, have you been here? Oh, have you done? And I'm like, listen, I really haven't been anywhere because I really do be in the house. I'm not one of those people that be like, let me back y'all up a little bit, YouTube. Oh, I be in the house. I don't be outside. No, I really don't be outside. So he's like, oh, we got to change that. We going out this weekend. He's telling me the place he want to take me to. Cool. So after we get past that, we started, you know, going a little bit more in depth and in detail in the conversation. And I don't know that it's going to be a match. And I am just of the mind that, now I'm trying not to be too, you know, knock him out the running too early, but also I don't want to waste my time or his. I just don't think that it is necessary. So I'm trying to figure out if fundamentally we share similar enough values that I should go on this date. First thing that kind of made me raise my eyebrows a bit was we started talking about weddings. And then he was asking me about, you know, what would a wedding look like for me? And I was saying that I don't feel it's necessary to go through all of the hoopla and rigmarole with getting all these bridesmaids and getting all these groomsmen and having a flower girl and a ring bearer and a this person and a that person and everybody getting tux and dresses and having to deal with that. I just feel like it's so unnecessary. The day is about me and my husband. It's not about anybody else. Anybody who would have thought they would be a groomsman or a bridesmaid, be at the wedding, okay? You care about me, you love us, you're happy for us, just be at the wedding. I don't need all of that. I don't want all of that. So that was the first thing. Then I said, I also don't feel like it's necessary to have a traditional, I don't personally want a traditional white wedding. I do not want, to have the wedding and the reception party and the honey. I don't want to do it that way. The way that I want to do it is I would want to go get married out of the country somewhere where we can also honeymoon. So we would get there, we would get married, and we would honeymoon while we're there. And I would want to go somewhere that has a romantic-esque kind of vibe. And so somewhere that, like, when we take pictures, of us saying I do, that the background is, a vibe. That's just what I want. I also don't, like, if I could do it with just me and my husband, I would, but I know I'm likely going to have to, at the minimum, invite parents, and I'm open to having parents and siblings only. I don't need no friends there. I don't need no cousins there. I don't need no aunties there. I just don't need all of that. It's just not necessary for me. Okay? You asked me about what a wedding would look like. For me, this is what the wedding would look like. So, he tells me that I'm materialistic. This is the first thing that made me go, what? Because I'm actually, the way that I want to do it, we talking about less materials. Now, I did say when we come back to the States, we can have a reception party, but that's not even something that has to happen right away. It can happen, right when we get back, 3 months later, 6 months later. It could be for our 1-year anniversary that we have this reception party. I just don't have any desire to do things the traditional way. First of all, if we're talking about tradition, most would consider it untraditional that I am in my late 30s get ready to get married. Now, I'm not getting ready to get married, but I'm in my late 30s, and this is what we're talking about, okay? So, and I'm just not somebody who conforms to societal norms. I don't like doing everything that everybody else is doing it the way that they're doing it. It's never been me, and I just don't have a desire for that. So, he tells me that I'm materialistic. And my question is, the way that I'm proposing that I get married is actually less materials, less expensive, okay? Less complicated. Because what it means is, if you propose to me, what's the date? February 25th. If you propose to me February 25th, and the way that I want to do my wedding, we could plan a trip and be out the country getting married in a month. I also don't see the need for people to get married and they be engaged for years on end. That's silly to me. Okay, so I asked him, I said, is it materialistic or is it unconventional? And he waited for a second. He said, it's unconventional. Oh, okay. Like, your words matter. Let's use words that make sense. And that one didn't make none. In addition, what I said was, when he said, oh, is you materialistic? I said, is there something wrong with materials? Let's say I was materialistic. So what? I can't like nice things. I can't want nice things. Okay? Now, I didn't say all that. At the time, all I said is, okay, well, then I'm materialistic. And I kept talking about the wedding. So we get through that. We keep talking. We're talking about different things. And then he says, oh, are you one of those girls who like Gucci and designer and stuff? And that's at that point, that's when I thought to myself, this ain't gonna work. Because why do you have your nose and your mouth turned up if I like designer items? So what? Like, what is wrong with that? Is it that you can't afford the designer items? Because according to what is given, and I could be wrong, but sir, you're an engineer. You already told me what you do. So I'm quite sure you make decent money. You got 2 cars. What's wrong with materials? What's wrong with design? And this is what I mean about, I don't want to really be, I just don't want to, I don't want to date a man who already has it on his agenda to knock me down a peg. I don't want to do that. What's wrong with designer items? What if I told you for my birthday I want a designer pair of shoes? Do I not get what I want on my birthday because even though you have the means, you've decided that you don't want to buy it because it's designer? Like, these are the red flags that I feel like people be getting into relationships with people that they know they're not equally yoked with, and then they complain about it. If I know I like A, and you know you don't like A, I'm not going to like B because you tell me I should only like B. I like A, okay? You either are okay with that, or you should find somebody who likes B. That's how I feel about it. I'm about to read y'all comments in 1 second. Hold on. I just need to chop up this little tomato. Like, I haven't asked you for anything. I haven't even asked you for a date. You asked me, as you should. Okay? Because that's what I need a man to do. But you already worried about design. What? Again, I don't like the thought of feeling like a man is trying to knock me down a peg. Why would you want to do that? Like, would I be your first bad bitch? That's really what it's giving. It's giving you ain't really never, because he did tell me that we were talking about previous relationships, and he told me that his last relationship ended in a way that was similar to the last person that I was dating, but he also mentioned in that it was his first relationship at this stage of his life. And I asked, well, what does that mean? And he said, everything you think it means. And I said, I literally don't know what it means. And he never did say, I said, well, I'm going to leave that alone because I'm assuming that it's just like something that you're not like ready to share with me, which is fine. But if you are telling me that the last relationship ended and it was your first relationship at that stage of your life, well, at the stage of your life that you are at now, which is dating a self-sufficient, almost 40-year-old woman who may like nice things, is that something that is going to be an issue for you? Because we shouldn't go on a date. I'm not going to stop liking nice things because you don't understand why I like nice things. So, I don't know. Am I being too picky, y'all? I feel like I'm not. And are these things that warrant me saying, you know what? Why even go on a date with somebody who already got an issue about things that I like? Or things that I might like? Like, is it even worth going through it? Like, I could use the outside outing, I could use the company, I could use the vibe and the conversation, but I'm not gonna be like dumbing myself down because you insecure about shit. I'm not doing that. Especially something so silly as something nice. Because my desire is to create a life with a man that we can have nice things and we can do nice things and go nice places. Why you don't want that? Is my question. You know? I think I'm going to take these moves out and read y'all's comments. Ugh. I don't want to lose all the pasta water, so let me pour some of it in a container. Okay. Let me read y'all comments. All right, let's see. Let's see what they're saying on the tube. Don't look like I got no TikTok comments on this page. Let's see. I gotta knock some people out the room. I need a moderator over here, y'all. Thank you. I just did my skincare. I'm really just kicking people out. He mean gold digger. Oh, is that what he meant? I ain't asked the nigga for no gold though. He trying to see if he can afford you. Maybe he can't. He has PTSD. Is he the same age or older? I'm 38, he's 36. He's gonna give you kibbles and bits in life. Leave now. You're old, baby. Make baby, sis, and lower wanting material things. You know, it's only what I have found and what I believe is that the only people who complain about people who like nice things are the people who can't afford nice things or afford to give them to other people. Lower wanting material things. And I never told y'all one material item that I wanted. And even if I did want it, so what? Why are y'all so anti-nice things? Is it because it costs too much for you? Sounds like he was vetting and you failed. Then I am not. I'm happy because I don't want to be with someone who wouldn't make sense for me. And I also don't want anyone to be with me and I don't make sense for them. We're wasting each other's time at that point. And I don't want to do that. Let's see. People are deluded by materialistic things like your car will take care of you when you're old. But I do need a car to drive. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you got to make the shit make sense. No, the car can't take care of me when I'm old. But I do need a car. And I would like it to be nice. You know? I've been in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and survived. It's okay to like nice things, but it's also a great thing to compromise. I've been married. Okay. I'm all for compromising. I'm all for compromising, but compromising, to me, that wouldn't be something to compromise on. Because if I like nice things, I like nice things. Why do I have to compromise that? Because it makes nice things make someone else uncomfortable. Like, that's not the type of compromise I feel like you make. A compromise is, I like nice things and I want nice things for, let's say, my birthday. And I say, okay, I want a pair of shoes, I want a bag, I want an outfit, and I want all of these things. And all together is going to total, let's say, $8,500. And the compromise could be, okay, look, your birthday is 3 days before Christmas. I'm going to give you half on your birthday and half on Christmas. And I'm going to still spend the $85. Or I can't spend $85, but I can spend $6K. That's a compromise. And also, we got to remember the tax bracket we're talking about. Because somebody who is in a tax bracket of, you know, they make $80,000 versus a man who makes $280,000, there's going to be levels to that the 280 can meet and the 80 won't be able to get there. And that's okay. It's just not where you are. But that doesn't mean we got to down talk and downplay the person making 280 simply because the 80 can't do. That just don't make sense, y'all. It just don't. We all need nice things, baby, but it's not all that is what I'm saying. But if it's what I like, then it's all that to me. And that's what I'm saying. I don't care who doesn't think it's all that. I don't care who doesn't like it. I like it. I'm barely 5'1". I say go on the date and have further conversation and see how it goes. That's what in my heart I feel like I should do. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm a bit, maybe, I don't know if I would say turned off, but kind of got a bad taste in my mouth a little bit. Okay, so I just made those pasta noodles and I chopped up some onion and red pepper, and I got some tomatoes that I'm gonna garnish on the top. Now I need to make my sauce. I just grabbed all of the things that I actually have to make a sauce, and the thing I probably would have liked that I don't have, well, I don't mind not having it because I don't need to be bloated, which is like heavy whipping cream or some milk. But we're gonna see what we can put together. So I'm gonna put the sauce together first and get it tasting right before I where's that pasta water? Before I actually put it on the stove and try to taste it as it's cooking. So the 3 guys that I had matched with about a week or so ago, one of them I actually matched with at the end of January. I wasn't saying nothing else, he wasn't saying nothing else, and I had already had in my mind that I was gonna unmatch with him. But when I went back into the app, he had unmatched with me, which is fine by me because he don't live in Orlando. Like, you live in DC. I just don't understand why you seek people out or you get why do you try to like match with somebody who you know doesn't live in the same area as you, and then talking about, oh, we can do long distance. I don't want to do that shit. I'm not doing that. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so what I used was, this thing keep asking me about people joining. So what I used was this vodka sauce, last little bit of vodka sauce I had. I used some roasted garlic Alfredo sauce that I had. I just mixed that together with a little bit of pasta water. And I got some other things over here that I'm going to add, but I'm going to taste this first and see what it's giving. That's pretty good. I also have, what else do I want to put in here? I have like a taste in my mind that I want it to be. I was going to toss this in because it's all I got left. It's classic pizza sauce, but maybe I won't. I do feel like I want to put a little bit of this balsamic vinaigrette in here. Or do I want to use Worcestershire sauce? The Worcestershire sauce, however you say it. Which one do I want to use? I don't want to use this one. Hell, maybe I'll use both. And I also have, I'm definitely going to add some of this. I forgot I had it. I found it in the back of my cabinet and it ain't expired and it was not cheap. So I'm definitely going to use it before it does expire. That's good. Is this black truffle oil. Now truffle oil, this brand. Ooh. A creator that I like to follow on Instagram. She got this brand's hot sauce, and it's $30 at Whole Foods. Now, I'm not paying $30 for no hot sauce. A little Texas Pete, all I'm gonna need. But she actually found out that the hot sauce is available on Amazon for yes, half the price, $15. So you do not need a lot of this. I bought this when I made some, what did I make? Some truffle mac and cheese, and baby, it was giving restaurant. It was giving, how much do I owe you? Okay. Like, the bottle still looks like it's full, and I made mac and cheese with this oil. You do not need a lot of this at all. All right, let's see what it's giving now. We got our vodka sauce, our roasted garlic Alfredo sauce, a little balsamic vinaigrette, and now some black truffle oil. Actually, wouldn't mind some more truffle oil. I do want to get that Worcestershire sauce, because I just like it. Ooh, what's that? Let's see another something in here. Nope, don't want any of that. Don't need any of that. Okay. I am mixing all of these things together because I'm trying to make a sauce. Yes. With what I have in my house. And I'm trying to get the sauce to the taste that I want it to be before I get the sauteing my garlic, which I should have took that out. My garlic with my onion and red pepper. And then I'll add in my noodles that I did with the sauce. Okay. I probably could have only used this instead of the balsamic vinaigrette with it, because this gave me more of the taste that I wanted. I'm going to put a pinch more truffle oil in here, then we're going to season it. Okay. So I think that's all we're going to put in for the sauce. Now, it's still going to have some sauteed garlic, onion, red pepper, so it'll still have other flavors, but just the base of the sauce, I wanted to get that together first instead of waiting to season it when it was in the pan with everything. All right. We're gonna season with some salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, and let's see if I got some basil or thyme or at least Italian seasoning. Here goes some Italian seasoning. We'll do, I want to do, oh, wait, this one look good. It's, oh, here goes some thyme. Okay. So we got some herbs. We're just going to start with good old salt and pepper. Red pepper flakes. I think I'm going to put in the thyme. And some of this tarragon. I don't even really know what it's for, but it's green. It's a herb. Ooh, that's a bit strong. I don't think I want that in here. Maybe a little Italian. That's a little too strong for what I want. So anyway, so the guys that were matching with me who don't live in Orlando, one of them was like, oh yeah, I was there. He's like, I work. However he was saying it, basically he was saying he'd be back and forth between Atlanta and Orlando for work. Honestly, I don't believe that. Then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back and look for some houses. Oh, okay. I just unmatched him. Another one, what did he say? Oh, one guy, he just straight up told me he was in town for work. Like basically, was I trying to link with him? No. I don't want to fucking link with you. No. No. And the other one, he told me, we getting somewhere. The other one told me that he was actually in town for an interview. He was in town for an interview. And I'm asking him, oh, okay, asking him about where he was going to live. He basically told me he had the job. And I was like, oh, okay, so have you decided where you was going to live? He was like, no, not really, but probably downtown. And I'm thinking, okay, you must have a really good job if you want to live downtown. But anyway, and he told me that he worked for the government. Now, I could see that probably was the truth, because when I looked at his location, like other days, like during the week, it would say Capitol Hill. So, okay, you definitely work for the government. You work on Capitol Hill. So, I'm thinking, well, what government job do you have that you moving to Orlando? Because the government is requiring everybody to come back into D.C. So, I had decided, him and I were talking pretty consistently. And I was enjoying talking to him. And so finally I told my homegirl, I said, you know what, before I start to actually like this guy, let me go back and revisit what he has said about this job that he supposedly got in Orlando. And so that's when he told me that he hadn't heard back from them yet. And so I was like, oh, okay. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to be anything. And so then a couple of days later, he was saying, we have resources. Yeah, that was good. I might add a little bit more of that Alfredo. We were talking about something about like watching a show together or something. And I was like, you don't live here. I was confused, like, how we gonna watch a show when you don't live here? And he was like, we have resources. And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, you could visit me and vice versa. Let me go ahead and just go ahead and put that on ice for you, baby. It's never gonna happen. I'm not interested in doing anything long distance. And if you don't live here or won't be living here in the very near future, respectfully, I'm not interested. That's exactly what I told him. He said, okay, I respect that. I understand. That was the last day we said anything to each other. I think it was like the day before Valentine's Day. And it was because we have been talking pretty frequently, it was kind of out of the ordinary that I hadn't heard from him for a couple of days. And so I figured, oh, okay, well, he ain't got this job. And I ain't interested in talking to him no more. So I was like, I'm going to give it a week. And then I'm going to just unmatch with him. And after a week, I went back on there. And he had unmatched with me. So that tells me you ain't get the job. Or you were never interviewing for a job. Because it's like, Atlanta is a tourist place. But it's a lot of, like, job conferences down here. The Pro Bowl was here. So I know people be in and out of town in the city. I think I might put some more pepper in here. So I don't know that he really, ooh, that's too much pepper. I don't know that he really, and some red pepper flakes. I don't know that he really was even interviewing for a job, honestly. Because again, you work for the government and you work on Capitol Hill. Your job is not relocating you or allowing you to relocate to Orlando. They're actually calling everybody back into Washington. So, I mean, unless you and Elon got it like that and he said go on there and do your thing, which I doubt. So, all right, y'all. I think we got this sauce to where we want it to be. Maybe a little bit more Italian would have been good too. And we're going to go ahead and saute our garlic, onion, pepper, and add our sauce and our noodles. And this is going to be just a quick little, what time is it? 3:09, late lunch, early dinner. Let me read y'all comments. Even though TikTok is quiet, but I see YouTube got some things to say. Cooking with Joy. I actually do have a cooking series. It's called We Got Food at Home. And you can find them on any of my channels, pages, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Let's see. Maybe you like nice things. Find a rich guy. The thing about it is, I've never even said, you know, that I like things that are unattainable by people who aren't considered rich. I'm not rich, and I'm able to buy myself nice things. Then marry the nice things. Marry the material. See if that make you happy all the way around or just in a moment. Again, you can't get the nice things. You aren't able to buy them because you wouldn't feel that way. You wouldn't feel some type of way about somebody else liking things. Like, I don't understand why that bothers people so much. I agree with Tisha. Go and see how things go. Combo and vibe wise. Find a rich guy. Sis, you like man with money. It's nothing wrong with having the nice things. Don't nobody want no bum shit. It's 2025. Hello? So what about people who been having it? Why, when a black wants better, it's a damn problem. Right. Like, I'm not finna get into no man who think he finna humble me and knock me down a peg. No. Good luck finding your rich man. So what 6 figures paycheck or get the fuck out? What? Like, if you're gonna comment, at least make it make a little sense, babes. The man in Orlando play a lot of games. That's men everywhere. It's not just Orlando. Don't let nobody make you think it's more than a city that... I've lived in multiple cities. I've lived in Richmond, where I'm from. I've lived in Cleveland. I've lived in Atlanta. I was in Tampa for a few months, and now I live in Orlando. It's literally not an area issue. It's a character issue. And that's just what it is. I bet her house smells like cocoa butter and farts. See, this is what I mean about needing a moderator. Because I got to keep stopping and knocking people out. It's okay, China. I saw what you were saying, girl. I got you. And you ain't told no lie. You ain't wrong when you're right. Okay? Okay. Let's get this sauteing. Like, do y'all realize that when you go into designer stores that black people are in there shopping? Do you realize when you are in the airports there are black people who are heading to first class? Do you realize high-paying salaries, there are people who occupy those jobs? Y'all got to stop thinking that black people only can afford the bare minimum and the bottom of the barrel. It's not true. And like I said, this is what I was talking about when I said me growing up in a 2-parent household, all 2-parent households, aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents. Everybody does not have the same viewpoint that I do as far as marriage is concerned. So people who are not used to having nice things or traveling or, you know, just immersing themselves in different cultures and places, and they don't understand because they've never been in those shoes. They've never been in those rooms. They've never experienced those things. And that's a them issue. That's not a me issue. Again, I'm not going to let a man knock me down a peg because you are uncultured or uneducated or uninformed. You don't even know if you like nice things because you've never been able to afford them, or you've never had them, or you've never even sought them out. And that's okay. But if I like it, then that's just what it is. Hold on. You look like a good soul. Keep doing your thing. You're welcome. I understand you expressing what you feel and want. Nothing wrong with wanting better for yourself. I mean, no disrespect. Never really understand people having material stuff and money as a factor in who they are dating. If I like a girl, she could be a CEO or a fast food worker. It really don't matter to me. And that's the difference between men and women. Because a woman who would date a CEO wouldn't also date a fast food worker. Like, y'all want to be the providers. The men that I know, the type of men that I date, they want to be the providers. They want to be the alpha. And that's fine, baby. You can have it. I have no issue with that. But you can't be the fast food worker and I make a certain type of money and you think that you are still an alpha. That you are going to tell me that because I can afford the designer and you cannot, that I can't have. That don't make sense. A man who is making, let's say, $500,000. Okay? A man who's making $500,000, he could get a woman who's working at McDonald's. He could get a woman who's an attorney. Two totally different tax brackets. But a woman who's making $500,000 does not want the person working at McDonald's. And that's just the truth of the matter. Don't argue with me, argue with them. Because I'm not an attorney. I don't make $500K. And I don't work at McDonald's. I'm just giving you a scenario. Okay? Set my parents who household current afford. I don't even know what is being said. I don't understand. Set my two parent household. Okay, maybe that's two TWO or the number 2. Set my two parent household current afford nothing. I don't understand. And I was the only kid. Don't forget that the country is the white ghetto. There's nothing out here for us. What? But it's okay to have standards. Don't get me wrong. Y'all, please proofread it so we can actually have a conversation. When was the last time you were in a long-term relationship? Good question. I'm about to answer that. Let me check on this garlic out here fizzling. Get some of that pasta water. Here's my onions and red peppers. Okay. Let me get another paper towel. Do you have children? Haha, I get what you mean. I'm a blue collar worker in a factory. Most high class ladies, speaking high class and money that is, wouldn't even look at me and it don't bother me. Okay? Because there is someone who is your equal, who you can see as your equal, who views you as their equal. Why not just worry about what they want? Why not worry about getting with them? Why worry about the $500,000 female earner who wouldn't want someone who works a certain type of job? You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you understand the point of the matter. Let's not also forget that dating people who are outside of your scope of the way that you like to live your life, particularly when the woman is the higher earner, not the man, because most men and the type of men that I date want to be the head, want to be the higher earner. But most of the people, hold on y'all, I don't want this to burn. Most of the people don't want to be feeling insecure. That leads down the line, that leads to a lot of animosity. You know? It leads to animosity when you going on vacation and you out on vacation, and again, you are the blue collar worker. Let's even say you make 100K, because 100K now is not what it used to be. But let's say you make 100K and you with somebody who make 500K and they want to go shopping and they really ready to drop a big bag. But y'all have a $400 income discrepancy. Like let's like, you gotta be honest about, like, this ain't this real easy math. I made the numbers large so it wasn't like, oh, 100 and 110. No. We talking about a large gap. Now, for a woman, not get this on my shirt. For a woman who is making $500,000 and wants to go shopping, and a man making 100, maybe he can't get her everything she wants, but she could get it for herself. For a man who's making $500,000 and the woman's making 100K, the man, 9 times out of 10, if y'all are with nice men who like you and want to treat you well, want to give you what you want because they can afford it. Let me get these noodles in here. Actually, let me get this sauce in here first. So if you're asking me, if I'm talking to somebody who asking me if I like nice things, and I never said, oh, I like this and I like that, he was the one that asked. I purposely didn't give an answer because I wanted to see what his response was going to be, how he was going to act. But you already telling me it's an issue. Not understanding. Get these noodles in here. I'm just gonna let this simmer on low, but give me 1 second because I'm just not gonna keep moving the cameras around. I think part of the problem is sometimes I think people just haven't dated significant others that want to treat them well. Like, my granddaddy lived for my grandma to go to the mall and find stuff she liked so he could buy it. That's just the type of man he was. He had. Everybody hasn't experienced that type of partner, lover, husband, friend, boyfriend, I don't know. And that's cool if you haven't. I hope at some point you get to experience it. But for the people who are living it and the people who have experienced it, why do you want to knock them down the peg just because you don't have or haven't had the experience? It just don't make no sense to me. And I won't stand for it. Let's see. I'm not American, so my English is kind of broken. I understand that how the world works, even though I don't give a rat's ass what my woman makes, but know it's important for women, so I adapt. Hello. If you don't mind, do you have children? I don't have children. I do not. And the older I get, if we're keeping it a stack, I would like to have some kids, but the older I get, the more I'm like, but do I know? Because once you just get to a certain, all this can go in the trash. This can go in the trash. This can go in the trash. Let me turn this stove down. Once you go so long, I actually want to eat that tomato now. Once you go so long without having kids and you're used to the freedom of your time and all this, that, and the third, it's like, you know what, it would be nice, but it ain't necessary. I don't want to eat this. Oh my God. We gotta eat it before it's small. You know? I'm gonna eat this lunch. We can keep talking. I'm gonna eat this lunch and then I'm gonna do I did my skincare before we started fixing lunch. Late lunch, early dinner. And then I'm going to put on my lash clusters. We're gonna finish talking about this guy that wanna take me on a date this weekend, because I ain't even told y'all all that the man said. The main thing he said that really threw me for a loop and made me question if I should even go on a date with him. I ain't even got to that. I ain't even told y'all. Just you wait. Just you wait. I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese in this. Like, at what point do you talk to somebody and you start realizing that there's some red flags for you? Because, like, people be in relationships, and I would never let it get to the point of a relationship, but people be in relationships and then they end up dealing with things that they know that they don't like simply because they overlooked the red flags before they got attached, before they developed feelings, before they fell in love. And at what point do you have to look at something like, oh, we may be just different in that way, versus this gonna be a red flag for me? Because he told me I was a yellow flag, and I'm just like, what? Where do you get that from? Let me get a fork and taste this. When did I become a yellow flag? I didn't eat nothing. Couple drops of lemon juice gonna seal the deal. Yes, sir. That is good. This is your reminder. Stop buying stuff from the grocery store and use up some of the stuff you got at home in your pantry and in your fridge. Because that's what I just did. Made me a homemade little sauce. Already had everything here. Onions, pepper. I got some tomatoes I'm gonna garnish with. Lemon juice. All my sauces. Now I ain't gonna hold you. That black truffle oil definitely came in handy. It ain't something people usually have laying around, but shit, maybe it should be. She definitely helped make the dish what it is. Let's go ahead and let that sit for a sec, and then we're gonna get to eating. My favorite food. He asked me that. Actually, my favorite food is some homemade rolls. Some rolls my mama made. Listen. speaking from a man's perspective, it's easier to date working class women. If I take an upper class lady to my local pub and get some wine and snacks instead of a nails dinner, it won't work. But if I take the girl that works at Taco Bell there, she is as happy as a priest on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but don't think that, you know, because somebody is a high earner that they also don't like regular things. Like, take me to the local pub and let me get the wine and the snacks. Shit, I like a good charcuterie board. Okay? I'm not going to Taco Bell. I don't eat fast food. That don't have anything to do with how much money I make or don't make. I just don't eat a certain way. I just don't, like, I don't eat McDonald's. I just don't eat stuff like that. But you gotta know. You can't say you like going to the local pub and getting wine and snacks, but you want the lady who makes $500,000 and then you mad that she don't want to do what you want to do. There's no logic in that. It's just not there. Okay, I'm gonna plate up my food. And then we're going to go back in my room and sit down while I eat. And I'm going to tell y'all the thing that the man said that really, maybe y'all will change y'all mind about if I should go on a date once I tell you this part. A nice veggie pasta, okay? Free 99 with stuff that I had in my house. Garnish her with just a little tomato. Actually, let's put a little bit of we could put the tomato on first. A few tomatoes. Oh, TikTok want me to verify I'm a real person. And a little bit more Parmesan cheese. And we'll put some black pepper sprinkles on them. Just to give it a little extra razzle and a smidge of dazzle. Parsley. Can't get it open. There we go. Now you can't tell me I ain't done did something. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Okay. With the sauces that I had in the fridge, little black truffle oil, some seasonings, cute little quick lunch. You better get you somebody that's resourceful. Okay? All right. I'm going to sit this in the other room. And I'm going to come back for you, TikTok. YouTube, we going to go ahead and sit y'all in there first. Because, y'all, I don't really be fucking with TikTok like that. She kind of, you know. Okay. Put you over here. Sit you on down. Okay. Okay. See? Okay. No, I did not mean to zone in. Okay, so I gotta tell y'all what he said. Let me say my grace. mean, look at that. Okay. Get you somebody that can make something out of nothing. Weirdo. We block weirdos. I should have had a napkin. If they would just serve this in a restaurant and charge for it, I would get it. Like, this is good. It's good, girl. I'm telling you. Okay. Maybe the men can help me understand this. This is what the man said. As we talking about weddings, we're talking about marriage. I am not interested in anything that does not involve marriage. I am a wife. I will be married. Okay? And so, you know, he's asking me how I feel about marriage. And so, of course, I'm asking him the same. And this man tells me that he wants to be married, but not by the state. He wants to be in holy matrimony, like he want to have a ceremony and a wedding and all of that, but he don't want the state involved. I'm sorry, what? I gotta get a paper towel, y'all. And I'm confused because how is it that you married if you don't want the state involved? So it's not a legal marriage? Like, I was very confused. And so he was saying that what I told him is, I would never do that. It's going to be legal every which way, inside out, upside down, left, right, front, back, and center. Why would I want to be with somebody who said they want to marry me, but they don't want the state involved? I need it on the paper, babes. I need the legal documentation. Like, just from a legal standpoint, why would I marry you, but it's not through the state, and then something happens to you, and I'm fighting tooth and nail to get what we've built, to get what is ours, simply because you wanted to be married, but not by the state? What? That is at the point where I said, I don't know that there's a point of me going to this date. Because it doesn't sound like we are equally yoked in a way that makes sense for me. Okay, I'm not going to marry you for pretend. I'm not going through all the rigmarole and what? So you don't want to get a marriage license and get married and then get a marriage certificate from what? That don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. So then he asked about, he said, when I was telling him that, I'm telling him literally exactly what I said was exactly what I told him. That don't make sense. And I would never do that. I would never do that. And so then he said, well, how do you feel about a prenup? Now, unlike most women, I have no problem with a prenup. Because the prenup is to protect us both. And it's not going to be a one-sided agreement where you come up with whatever you want to put on the prenup and I sign and say, okay, I'm going to make sure that it protects me as well. You said you want A, B, and C. Well, I think it needs to say A, B, C, and D. Are we going to agree on that? Okay, then let's sign. I'm fine with a prenup. But like I told him, the issue with prenups really is it is truly a foreign concept to the black community. And B, people be wanting prenups and they got two fucking nickels to rub together. Baby, you don't need a prenup. You need a second job. Y'all be so worried about somebody taking money you don't have. Now, for a man who's well off and, or a woman who's well off, or, either party has a business or something, a prenuptial agreement makes complete, perfect sense. I'm all for it. But that don't be the case for most of the people who be talking about, I'm going to get a pre, I'm going to get a reserve. You don't even have nothing, sir. You coming in a relationship with two socks, a pair of drawers with a hole in it, and credit card debt. What? Whew, sorry, y'all. It just irritates me so bad, these people on Instagram. Who these people? YouTube, with these dumb comments. I be having to just go ahead on and block them. It just don't make sense. Ladies, would y'all sign a prenup? How do ladies feel about that? Would y'all sign a prenup? And men, what do y'all mean? What do it mean when a man say he want to be married but not by the state? He don't want the state involved. What? What do that mean? When I say what do that mean, I mean how do that make sense? Then again, if you don't have much, it wouldn't hurt a lot to lose with little you have. I don't know what that means. Ladies, would y'all sign a prenup? Because a prenup, you don't have to have a prenup and only think that it's about money. You can put in your prenup whatever, you can put in your prenup whatever makes sense for you. So let's say you know that you're going to be coming into this inheritance when you turn 40 years old. There's this $1 million inheritance, and you want to put in a prenup that should you and your spouse divorce, the spouse would not be entitled to any of your inheritance. It could be something as simple as that. It could be you got these stocks and bonds, okay? And you had them well before you met this person. At maturation, they're going to each be worth X amount of dollars. And should y'all divorce, you don't want your spouse to be able to lay claim on any of your stocks and bonds. It could be something as simple as that. But for the people who don't be having nothing, what is it that you want a prenuptial agreement for, and to say what exactly? A lot of Muslim people do that. Christian, we don't. Well, I'm Christian and I'm open to it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Thank you. I think I need to go on my other TikTok page because this one only got like 500 followers, and y'all don't be saying nothing. Like when I was younger, I had a broken ass car that was all that I owned pretty much. If I lost that, I would lose my work because I couldn't get to work. Okay, that makes sense. The example that he gave was, if he were to start, because I asked him, what would you see as the purpose of a prenup? He said, if I once we were married, I started a lawn business and I grew this lawn business to be this $1 million business. It's my business. And I said, well, that only makes sense if you put everything into the business. Like your spouse didn't help you, like your spouse didn't contribute to the equipment needed for the lawn business or the marketing and advertising or any of that. I could see you saying this is mine, but if you are starting a business in the midst of a relationship, I don't know how you could think that the other person would have anything to do with it. I guess it could be possible. But what you don't get to say is, I started this business once we got married. I grew the business to this $1 million business, and that business then affords you the lifestyle that you live, affords you to care for your wife with the same lifestyle. And then should y'all divorce, that business income not be considered in things like child support and spousal support. Now that you can't make that make sense. And I feel like that really be the thing. You be one, because he said most of the time women get to walk away with everything. And I don't think that that's true. I think a prenuptial agreement could prevent that from happening. But what we're not going to do is say that we get together and we get married and we have children and we're living this lifestyle, and 10, 15 years down the line, we decide to get divorced, and this lifestyle that we've been living and that our children have become accustomed to, you're not going to provide simply because you don't want to. No, it don't work like that. No, it don't work like that. And the best time, like I said, the best time to make decisions about, nobody's going into a marriage and getting a prenuptial agreement because they're intending not to be together. But we do have to, like, for people who got skin in the game and stuff on the line, you do have to consider what happens if this doesn't work out. And the best time to put those assurances in place is when y'all are in a lovey-dovey, I love you, I want the best for you frame of mind. Not when y'all are headed towards divorce, hate each other guts, and want to hurt each other. See who can hurt each other the most. That's why you have a prenuptial agreement. That's the whole purpose of getting some of those affairs in order beforehand, instead of waiting until this was good. Getting those affairs in order beforehand instead of waiting for all of the worst possible outcomes to take place. Okay. You out. See ya. You want somebody to argue with? Find somebody else laugh because you're going out of mind. If I agree, it's a difference if you want to protect things or assets you don't have, but maybe will have in the future. Right. That don't make sense. Right. Exactly. Like, the prenuptial agreement isn't a long laundry list of things that you might get, you might attain, you might buy, you might come into, because when you do those things when you're married, it's automatically assumed by the state that it's y'all's. Okay? So maybe that's why he said he don't want to get the state involved. Well, we don't need to have any further, I don't feel the need to be trying to see if we could really seriously date, because I'm never going to go for that. I'm never going to go for that. And again, for what his profession is and what he does, and I'm going, of course, by what he told me, I can understand a man like him wanting or being concerned with a prenuptial agreement. Okay. It's not a big deal to me. I actually think it's smart. So, well, that was a delicious lunch. And now I am ready I plucked off some of my nails when I got out the shower, the ones that was kind of loose. So I took those off and I'm going to replace them. And then we're going to, hold on, the purpose of me telling y'all that was to ask if you felt like I should still go on a date. So you tell me. I'm going to go put this in the sink. This was so good. I want some more now, but I'm going to try not to be greedy. We're going to do my nails and put my lashes on. Lash clusters, I should say. It's been a long time since I put any lash clusters on my eyes. It's probably been a year, honestly. It's interesting to talk about this kind of stuff with a woman, different perspective. People grow when they see things from how other people see it. I agree. I welcome different viewpoints and opinions. Respectfully. You got to come in respectfully. You have to be open respectfully. At least on my page you do. You might could run amok on other folks' platforms, but baby, on mine, you gonna come in here and sit there and act like you got some sense. Like somebody raised you right. You wasn't raised by heathens. Okay? Oh my gosh, now y'all say I should cancel the date. And y'all were the ones saying I should go at first. OMG! I am just... Oh, I need to put this phone on the charger. Hold on. Not y'all saying cancel the date now. There we go. I'm about to get on my other put my other TikTok up on live while I do this. My lashes and my nails. Not y'all saying cancel the date. Why y'all say cancel the date now? What was it about? View message. Not digital, but men can be weird as fuck. Yeah, they really can. They can. It's them. It be them. Every now and then it's a woman, but most of the time it's always a man being weird on the internet. So y'all know I have been doing press-ons for several months now. And these ones that I got are, I don't even think I needed to file my nails, but I wanted to file these so I could get like the tacky glue that comes on these. These are a different kind. These are the no glue mani. This is the no glue mani that I did this time, and it comes with the adhesive, so you just pull it off, press it on your nail. It's like a pull and peel. This hair is making me feel like something on me. I really like it because I feel like it is less, what's the word? It's not as bad for your nails. Not having to use glue, not having to file, because you know with the glue you really got to file your nails, prep your nails, and it makes no sense to not be getting acrylics because my nails were just getting brittle and unhealthy just to be filing them out all the time at home for press-ons. So I really like the glue. Now I filed these because some of these, what I should have done, and I'm learning, but what I should have done was I should have taken them off before I got in the shower, and some of the glue from the soap in the shower would have come off my nails on its own. Instead, I knew that they were loose. I still got in the shower with them, and once I was in the shower with them and they got more water under them, they came off easier, but some of the glue was still intact once I got out, so I'll know for the next time. Well, actually, let me fit my nails for these. And let me get my other TikTok on the line and see what they say. Because not y'all changing. Not y'all going from you should still go on a date to cancel the date. I told y'all. It don't be me. I be trying to tell y'all. People be thinking it's me. No. Lord, free me from the shackles of needing something sweet every time I eat. Let's see. What can I put in front of that? Probably this will work. Okay. I'm going to put my other TikTok up on here.
He's pissing while laying down. What is happening right now?
Benji, come. No, Benji, come. Come.
He's not
Benji,
gonna
go.
come.
Disgusting.
Hissing while laying down.
I don't know how y'all like. And this thing actually made a TikTok page. Y'all remember when I was trying to get into my TikTok? This actually made a whole new TikTok page. This is so dumb. So dumb. Let's see. How do I delete this? Account, deactivate or delete. Because nobody told you to do that. To continue logging to a Google account so we can confirm. And then it closes out. Account, delete permanently. I have multiple accounts. Continue. Log into Google, continue. Email, continue. Delete account, delete.
I was cooking and I burned the bacon. There's no denying.
Okay. All right, I'm going live on my main TikTok now. Let me title the live the same thing. Okay. I wish I could back this up more. Oh, y'all, so I do have also a Q&A that I'm doing. I guess you could call it a dating Q&A, child. That's for a long form video, so if y'all have any questions, let me know. Okay. Hold on. Oh, y'all was commenting. Hold on. Not to shit on my own people. Okay. You needed the full story. Don't waste your time. He told you he didn't want marriage for real. Child, yeah. He weird in here. Don't be a forever fiance. I'm not even gonna be a forever girlfriend. I'm not even finna date you forever. Because after we date for a certain amount of time, like, again, I think some of this is relative to age. And it doesn't mean that I'm, like, rushing. But also, what are we actually wasting our time and waiting on? Once you get older, you kind of know, like, you should know how to date with intention at 38 more so than you did at 28. More so than you did at 18. So if we are both mature enough in that way, we don't need to be boyfriend and girlfriend for years on end. I'm simply just not going to do it. I'm just not. So TikTok, I am also live on my other TikTok page as well as YouTube. And I was talking to them about this guy that I've been talking to the last couple of days that I'm supposed to be going on a date with this weekend. And I was telling them about a conversation that we had. And, you know, based on the conversation we had, should I actually still go on the date with him? So, y'all, I'm going to catch our other TikTok page up to speed. And we're going to let them enter the chat and tell us if they think I should be going on a date with this guy. Okay. In the meantime, while I'm telling y'all the story, I'm just replacing a few of my nails. And also, I'm about to put on my lash clusters. Okay. So, I've been talking to this guy, my age. I'm 38. He's 36. And we're supposed to be going on a date this weekend. He decided to ask me on a date pretty quickly after we started talking, which I'm fine with, because I think that there's enough similarities in both of us that we're physically attracted to each other. We have some, just like-mindedness that was apparent as soon as we... I didn't put no well. Well, no, let me do it. I didn't put no alcohol on my nail. So we have enough similarities that, I was interested, he's interested. Let's go on a date and see how things go. As we, after we decided, he asked me on a date, I said yes. He said, okay, we're going to go on a date this weekend. He's asking me about, have you ever been here? Have you ever been there? And I'm telling him, I really don't be going nowhere, to be very honest with you. And he's like, okay, we're going to change that. I'm going to take you here. This is the vibe, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So, once we get that kind of, set aside, we're going to make more definitive plans later in the week once it gets closer to the day of. And we started talking about other things. And one of the things that we talked about was we started talking about a wedding. Not necessarily to each other, but just in general, weddings in general. And so I was saying that I don't desire to have a traditional wedding. Sorry, these emails. I don't desire to have a traditional wedding. I don't see the purpose of, I think the tradition is just silly to me. The tradition is silly at this point of getting married and having to have all these bridesmaids and getting them dresses and getting their hair done and getting their makeup done and getting all these groomsmen and them getting the tux and them getting fitted and them getting this and them getting that and picking a flower girl and picking a ring bearer and picking it just seems very silly to me. And I just don't that's just not what I want. So I said what I do want though is I would like, of course, me and my husband at this point, we would be engaged. And so we would just decide, where we want to go to get married. And we would go there and get married and honeymoon at the same time. Meaning, I would like to go somewhere that it has a bit of a romantic-esque vibe and feel to it. Rome, Italy, Paris, somewhere, any of those places. And I know that two of them are the same. Follow me. And so I would like to go there, and I wouldn't mind if it was just my husband and not going and getting married and saying our vows and taking some pictures. And, we get married one day and the rest of the time we're honeymooning. That works for me. And so, I don't even need, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's not going to be a big thing. I don't want all of the hoopla surrounding it because the marriage is about me and my spouse, me and my husband. It's not about the groomsmen. And I don't need nobody but parents and siblings there. I don't want no friends. I don't want this person, that person, third cousin, twice removed. We don't need all of that. When I say small, I'm talking about however many parents you got and however many siblings you got, plus mine is all we gonna need. And they don't have to come. Because once we get back to the States, we'll have a reception party. And that doesn't have to happen right when we get back to the States. It could be 3 months later, 6 months later. It could be to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. I also have a friend. I have a friend who actually got married a couple of months ago. She told me that she was getting married. She told me that they weren't telling anybody. So, it was kind of something that was under wraps. And she just recently, like within the last week or two, mentioned something about being married on social media. And I guess people were responding like, oh my God, why are you married? And she had to say, hey, y'all, we actually got married months ago. We just decided not to say nothing. And I highly recommend it. I'm not even opposed to that. Okay. But I still do want to have a reception party. So even if we were to be inviting people to a reception party and they thinking they come into an engagement party and it's like when they get their surprise, we're actually married and thank you for coming to celebrate with us. I'm fine with that. The man told me that I was materialistic. That the type of wedding I want and the way I want to get married, that I'm materialistic. And I couldn't understand how he could feel that way because actually the way I want to get married is less material. Okay, I'm making it less complex. I'm simplifying it. saving us money. Because instead of spending the money on all of that and all of them, I'd rather us spend it going where we want to go get married and honeymooning for as long as we like. Okay? He told me that I was materialistic. So I asked him, is it materialistic or is it unconventional? And he waited, he paused. He said, okay, it's unconventional. Yeah, words matter. They mean things. Let's use the right ones. Okay? So we continue talking. And once we got through the wedding part, then we started to talk about marriage. No, actually, before we got to the marriage part, I said, because when he said, oh, you materialistic, and I said, okay, so if I like materials, then what? And then I followed it up by saying, but is it materialistic or is it unconventional? And then I ran through a traditional wedding includes bridesmaids, groomsmen, ring bearer, flower girls, all the things, reception party, and then honeymoon. And what I'm proposing is wedding and honeymoon wrapped in one, come back to the States and have a reception. To me, it seems more simple. So that's when he said, okay, it's unconventional. But let's get back to that part when you said that I'm materialistic. Because what if I like nice things? What if I do like materials? So what? What's wrong with that? And so he said, as we continue to talk, he said, oh, wait, are you one of those girls? And see, as I'm even talking to y'all, I'm just feeling like I don't want to go on this date. But I'm gonna let y'all let me know on TikTok if I'm tripping. It just as I'm saying it, it's just hold on, let me delete some of these weird comments. Let's see. I do need a video editor. You can email me at itwasalwaysjoy@gmail.com. That's only for the video editor. Send me a proposal and an example of your work. There's people in here, tell me how to quit smoking. Like, y'all, please. I'm just knocking more people out. We almost to the bottom. Okay, I think I got everybody. Oh, one more. Oop, nope, I do want to hide it. Hold on, y'all, sorry. Okay, so if I like the materials, then what? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with wanting nice things? Because what I said I'm not going to do and what I mean I'm not going to do is I'm not going to date a man. And we've heard this on TikTok many times before. We've seen the examples in the stories. I'm not finna date nobody that think they finna humble me. That think they gonna knock me down a peg. I'm not doing that. If I like nice things, so what? What is wrong with liking nice things? Like, you want me to want the bottom of the barrel? You want me to, like, not want good things? I gotta want the bare minimum in order to be desirable to you? Then please don't desire me. What's wrong with that? So we keep talking and he says, oh, are you one of those girls who like Gucci and designer? And that's when I said, yup, this is what I said in my mind, yup, I don't want to go on this date. I don't want to go on this date because what? How is that a measurement for if you like me? If I like nice things? How is that? Where are you placing the bar on if I like nice things or I don't? I haven't asked, can you afford nice things? So why are you asking me that? Because you think that I'm not worthy of it, that I shouldn't like it, shouldn't want it, shouldn't have it, and I don't want to date men like that. I haven't asked you to buy me anything nice. But just the fact that that's already where you're at, oh. Do you like Gucci and designer? Yes, I do. And I also like it to be gifted to me from my man. What? So y'all tell me, am I tripping? Now, at first when I told the story to YouTube, YouTube said, I do buy nice things for myself. Yes. Because I'm thinking, okay, what I'm going to wear? And literally, once I was thinking about what I was going to wear, and I got these boots I want to wear, I'm like, oh, that Gucci bag will go good with it. Should I wear the Gucci bag? Since he feels some type of way about it? So, Yeah. When I first told YouTube was like, oh, see, this before I said it the last, well, I haven't even told y'all the last part. YouTube was like, oh, you should go and just see, feel out the vibe, But that alone, I didn't even got to the main part that really just told me, I'm gonna take my hands off this and leave it be. YouTube was like, you should still go, but like I take a real issue with that. Would you buy nice things for your significant other? Let me go ahead and answer all of the questions that you're going to continue to ask about nice things, and then we like get off of it. I like nice things. I can afford nice things. I buy myself nice things. I take myself on nice trips. I take myself to nice dinners. I spend good money on me. I am willing to spend that money on anybody I love. Siblings, parents, friends, husband, boyfriend, and all of the things. Okay? So nobody's going to come into my life and tell me that it's an issue that I like nice things. I can't want nice things. I shouldn't have nice things. Nice things are a waste of money. I should spend my money on something else. And I can't want my person to want to give me nice things. Okay? Have I answered all the questions? Can we dead that part of the conversation? And let's move on. Okay? So, because I feel like this is something that Black women have to continuously express and explain. And instead of doing those things with a man, I'm just going to find a different one. You just not the one for me. That's what it's given. In my heart, in my spirit, deep down, on the inside of my bones, that's what I'm feeling. Okay? So, I get past that. I just go ahead on and move on because I'm even confused about why we even talking about this because I haven't asked you to buy me anything. I haven't asked you to do nothing for me. I haven't asked you to take me nowhere. I haven't done any of that. In addition, based on your profession and what it is you tell me you do, I know you make good money. I don't have an exact dollar amount of your salary, but I know that you make good money. You don't have no kids. You live in a nice area. You live by yourself. You got 2 cars. You got some toys, drones and shit that you done told me about. If all of that is true, what's the issue? What we talking about? You like nice things too. Maybe you don't like the type of nice things that I like. Maybe you're willing to drop $800 on a drone and instead I want to take the $800 to the mall. There's nothing wrong with that. You got it. You spend it how you like. That's how I see it. Hold on. We got to knock a weirdo out because I ain't got time. Find you somebody else to play with. You're out of my life. Okay? So, I don't understand why we even having a discussion about nice things and you have a profession that is able to provide you at the minimum nice things. Okay? If I can afford a Gucci bag or if I can afford, I don't even like red bottoms, so I don't even want to say that. But if I can afford, some Dior sneakers, or if I can afford those things, why would I feel some type of way about somebody else who can also afford those things? It just don't make sense. So then my assumption becomes you can't afford those things and that's why you take issue with it. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't. We move on. In my mind, though, I'm saying I don't think this is going to work because I do not want to date a man who feel like he got to knock me down a peg or who want to humble me. We keep talking, and now we get to the topic of marriage. I am a wife. I will be married. I won't be your forever girlfriend. I don't want a partnership. That all them cute little buzzwords everybody like to use in 2025, that shit don't work for me. Okay? So he tells me, and again, my viewpoint and vantage point about marriage comes from how I was raised. Nobody in my family was unmarried. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents. I grew up in a family of married people. That's what I want. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen people argue, maybe not the best way. I've seen people argue with love and respect and admiration. I've seen it. I know what I want. And if you don't see it the same, then we don't want the same things and we just shouldn't date and we shouldn't be together. But it's not going to change what I want. And marriage is what I want. Okay? Now, the type of marriage I want is largely based on how I grew up and what I saw. And I recognize that a lot of Black people did not grow up the same way. and will tell you that they don't see the benefit of marriage, and they don't, and thanks somebody who feels the same way, but I'm just not her. But this young man told me he also want to be married. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Until he kept on talking. And what he said is, I think I might have to use this one. Maybe he's very fiscal and doesn't afford them for himself. I think when you say fiscal, when you say he's like very, what's the word? It's not fiscal, but I know what you're saying. What's the word, y'all? What's the word we trying to think of? Basically tight on the dollar, but I can't think of the word, but I know what you're saying. And that could be, but again, frugal. Thank you, Meat. Frugal. He's frugal with his money, and that's fine. But you will spend it on what you want to spend it on because you got 2 cars, and you telling me about this drone that you like to fly. Those things aren't free. Those aren't necessities. Those are extra luxuries outside of like realistic day-to-day living. So it's not that you don't have the money. You just want to spend it on what you want to spend it on, which is fine. So he then tells me that he wants to be married. Right, those are expensive things. You don't need 2 cars. You can't drive it one at a time. That's what my grandma used to say. So then he tells me that he also wants to be married. However, he wants to be married, but not by the state. So I'm confused. Because how do you get married, but not by the state? And he says he wants to be in holy matrimony. And he said, I wish I could pull it up so I could say it verbatim, but I got all my devices going. But I do remember part of the way he said it when he started, and I was starting to press on his head a little bit. Tell me what you mean. Quick. He said it wasn't partnership. It was I can't remember. It was something like partnership or companionship or something like that. And I said, oh, explain what you mean by that, because that don't sound like marriage to me. Basically, what he was saying is he want to be married. He want to get married. He want to have a ceremony. He want to minister, an ordained. He was specific. I want an ordained minister. I want an ordained minister to marry us, but just not with the state. So you want to play? Because I'm not doing that. I'm not finna play no games with you. Like, frugal, yes. Shartay, saw you over here. Damn, where is my little pen in the other room? So I can scroll. Hey, y'all. Let me keep on. Sorry, whoever I sent an invitation to, I didn't mean to. You can ignore that. So then he's explaining to me that basically what it is once he really was getting what I was, when he started picking up what I was putting down, which is, I'm not going for that bullshit. I'm only going to be married, and it's going to be by the state, the federal, the in, the out, the up, the down, the left, the right, everybody, okay? It's going to be very, very clear, okay? Cut and dry. We real life married. This ain't no play. We ain't doing pretend or any of that. Because I don't know what you do. I don't know what you're trying to get at. What you trying to have multiple wives? What you trying to do? Okay? So I told him I didn't even think that it was smart for someone on either side, either spouse, the husband or the wife. I don't even think it's smart to go through the process of marrying someone, living with them, building a life with them, and you don't even have it registered legally by the state. It's not a real marriage. And so should something happen to you, then I gotta fight tooth and nail to get what we've built or what we've created or what I'm due, because I'm your wife, but I'm not your wife through the state. I'm not doing that. I told him straight up. So then he said, and this really where it stemmed from. This really where it came from. Then he said, well, how you feel about a prenup? Oh, okay. You say you want to be married and you don't want to be married by the state because you worried about not having a prenup, because you worried about somebody taking stuff from you. Is that what we getting at? And I don't have an issue with that. The issue I have with that is when you beat around the fucking bush about it. Say what it is and say what it ain't. Say, I want to be married, but only if my wife is willing to sign a prenup. Just say that. But don't tell me that you wanna marry me, but not through the state. Play with somebody else, babes. Not the one for that. So I say, I don't see nothing wrong with no prenup. I said the only thing with the prenup is, where I take issue with the prenup is the men hollering about prenup, and they don't have nothing. You got 2 mismatched socks, a pair of drawers with a hole in it, and credit card debt. What do you need a prenup for? You don't. That be my issue with it. Now, if you telling me that you're the type of man, and again, based on his profession, based on all of the things that I'm gathering from him, and all of this is based on what he told, but based on all of that, I know that you make a decent amount of money. And when I say decent, I mean decent. Okay? I know that you make a decent amount of money. And so it does not surprise me that you are the type of man talking about a prenup. I think it's smart. I welcome it. No problem with it at all. But if you telling me that you're the type of man that would need a prenup in order to get married, let's go back to the part about the materials. Let's go back to it. Right. It's nothing wrong with being upfront about your deal breakers, but tell it to me. Don't try to trick me into it, because you're not going to trick me into marrying you, but not through the state. Okay? And I think it's important to have these kind of conversations up front, because we don't need to get down the line. Okay? We don't need to be catching feelings for each other and falling in love, and we're not even compatible in our values. It just don't make sense. We don't even need to go down that road. I don't care to do it. I don't want my time wasted, and you shouldn't want yours wasted either. If I tell you I'm not going for that shit, why would you even want to keep talking to me? Why waste your time? I'm not going to do it. I don't know why you would want to. Would you want a portion of what he has if y'all divorce? And that is the importance of the prenup. And I think so many people get it misconstrued, particularly our community, because it is not a common thing in our community. Let's keep it a stack, y'all. We being honest in our conversations. Let's keep it a stack. Okay? The purpose of a prenup isn't one-sided. If a man says, I want to have a woman sign a prenup before I marry her, it's not him and his attorney drafting a list of this and that and you sign and y'all get married. It's him and his attorney drafting a this and that and you seeing what you like and what you don't like, and you and your attorney making adjustments. You got to make it make sense. You got to compromise it on paper. Protect yourself. Majority of people that, or women that I know that have signed, not that I know, because I don't know anybody personally that has signed a prenup, but from what I know about prenups, a woman should be most interested in protecting herself and her children in the prenuptial agreement. So that if a man say, okay, this ain't working, or you say this relationship is not working anymore, we've been together, it's time to get a divorce and walk away. Okay, I already know you're not finna, now that we falling out of love or we're at odds, you finna try to do me the absolute dirtiest. You finna try to be as nasty and mean and leave me with nothing. No, I made sure that in the prenup, it said that I was protected. Financially, my children were protected. Financially. Okay? Now, some people break it down where, oh, if we married for X amount of years, I'm entitled to this percentage of your income. If we married for this amount of years, I am entitled to this percentage of your income plus X, Y, and Z. That is what a prenuptial agreement is. It's not the man saying, you gonna marry me and if we divorce, you don't get shit. It don't work that way. That's not what it is, y'all. That's not what it is at all. It normally favors the women in society. I disagree, but I understand your viewpoint. I understand why men feel that way. But I would say it favors, what y'all say is favors, is women walk away with more money than the man wants to pay. But 9 times out of 10, that's usually because children are involved. And they're not free. You don't get to have a wife and kids and introduce them to a way of living. And then say, well, we're not together anymore, so you don't get this way of living anymore. You got to go back to the minimum wage way of living. It doesn't work that way. It is unfair. Okay? Because in a marriage Marriage has ups and downs. I've never been married. I'm telling you what every married person that I know of or have heard speak about marriage has ups and downs. If we going through the ups and downs together, we riding together, why do you feel as though all of the benefits of this marriage only you are entitled to? If I'm used to driving a Mercedes-Benz GLE, why do you think now that we're no longer married, I gotta drive a Buick? That's not the way it works. Because if the income is there, I am still able to maintain the lifestyle, and maybe it may not be the Mercedes-Benz GLE, but maybe I could get in something smaller, or it could make sense. But what you don't get to do, and this is what I said earlier about, and this is why all of these things are red flags. When I said I don't want to date a man who think he gonna knock me down a peg or humble me, that is the exact thing that I mean. You have to get in a prenup that you don't get to take me to the highest of the highs. And then when you decide, or I decide, that we no longer are going to be together, that you drop me at the lowest of the low. Now, it may not mean that I'm able to have all of the things that the marriage afforded me, but we don't go from 10 to 0. Maybe we might go from 10 to 6. Okay? The prenup protects both parties. Exactly. And you have to make it so that the prenup, or I feel like the woman, because 9 times out of 10, when couples separate and get divorced and they have children, the children go with the woman. Add them kids in there. Okay? Make sure you put them kids in there. If we got kids, if it's just me, that's what I get. If we got kids, this is what I get. If we got 2 kids, this is what I get. Make it make sense. That's all. So once I told YouTube and the other TikTok page about this, now at first they were saying, oh, go on the date, see how it goes, get the vibes, feel them out. Once I told them what the man said about the marriage and the not with the state and all of that, then everybody else said, girl, cancel the date. So y'all tell me what y'all think. You have good intentions, but there's a lot of women that don't. Where there's a lot of men that don't. Like, I don't even feel like things like that are necessary to say. There's good intentions and bad intentions with everything. And that just doesn't apply to marriage. Like, duh. But that's the whole reason that there's a legally binding agreement. I can't say, well, I want to be married, but it's a lot of married men that XYZ. Do you want to be married or don't you? I want to drive this car, but people be getting into accidents every day. Are you going to get in the car and get where you got to go or not? Because even if somebody drives you, you can still get in an accident. Like, we don't have to talk about the cons just because people want the pros. I think that's very silly. Damn, Meek said cancel the date too. It's human nature. People have bad intentions. That's just the name of the game. He already said things you don't agree with. Sounds like he'll be wasting your time. Anybody else? Shartae says go on the date. The date doesn't obligate you to anything. That's true. Shartae, the only thing about it is... Hold on. Gotta knock some people out. Let's see. People coming here asking, what's the purpose of the stream? For you to leave. There you go. I think I got all of them this time. Okay, so I'm talking about on the financial end when it comes to divorce. Again, most of the time the woman walks away with children, so she ends up getting more than what the man wants to pay because he's not just paying for her, he's paying for the kids too. Everybody live the lifestyle, so. And it doesn't have to be forever. Like, child support and spousal support are different. So child support you be on till the child is 18. Spousal support could be the first 2 to 3 years after the divorce, just so that the wife is able to have what she's used to and give her time to acclimate herself into earning it for herself. You can put that in the prenup. Some people just be talking. It's a fact that people bend for whoever they are with. if it should develop into anything between y'all. I mean, yeah, but I don't want to go into dating somebody thinking that they're going to bend. Particularly on like core values. So like the example that I gave earlier was, if I'm Christian and I don't want to be handpicked. Leave me alone. These people think they're gonna bully me into a collaboration. Anyway, the example that I gave is if I want to raise my children to be Christian and my husband wants to raise them to be Muslim. No, that's a fundamental value that is not on the same page. I see no reason. Another thing is, if I decide that I am just extremely 100% against whooping our kids, and my husband is like, oh, they gonna get some whoopings. You know, fundamental things. Some things it's like, okay, well, I want to have 5 kids. Well, I want to have 3. You know, we can compromise. You know? But some stuff is just like, you already trying to knock me down a peg and humble me by telling me or making it as though it's an issue that I might like nice things. That's number one. Then you tell me that because of the way that I want to get married, that it's materialistic, when in fact it requires less material. And then you say that you want to be married, but not by the state. What? I don't want to date one of those. I don't want to date one of those. Like, oh, you just hear people talk about these stories and it's like, girl, you didn't see that coming. You didn't know better before you got wrapped up in this. And I just don't want to be that. Like, I want to see the red flag and not try to make it pink. You know? Let's see. No, you shouldn't think that way. Still go on a date. I didn't hear that part. Oh, wait. No, don't waste your time. He's not your person. That's what I'm saying. And this is what I be telling my homegirl. I tell Pasha this all the time, and I don't just say it to her. I tell it to myself. That's not my husband. And that's how I feel. If I feel like you're not my husband, what are we doing? Why am I going? Why do I need to be involved? Why do we need to be together? You already showing me you're not my husband. And I don't think it's fair for me to go on a date with somebody that I feel that way about and try to change them. I'm not finna try to change your mind on materialistic things. I'm not gonna try to change your mind on nice things. Because again, you a man that got 2 cars. You telling me about this drone. You like to go here and do this and fly the drone and go to this place. No. I'm not gonna try to make you think you shouldn't have like 2 cars. I'm not gonna try to make you think having a drone is silly. I'm not gonna do that. So I don't want to try to change you, and I don't want to go on a date thinking that I can change you, and then get an attitude when you don't change. I'm going to take you for who you are and where you are right now at this very present moment. And what the present moment is saying, showing, you're not my husband. And I think you could be somebody's husband. Maybe somebody who doesn't like materials. Maybe somebody who doesn't mind not being married by the state. But that is for certain, not me. Ain't gonna ever be me. I don't even know how you gonna hold your head high and look my daddy in his face and say some shit like that. Hell no. Get all the nails I trimmed. He's not the one. I think we have our answer, girls. And for the guys that's in here, y'all see how we did that? Y'all see how I presented that situation and how the girls talk through it? Y'all got an inside look at how women think about matters like this, at least. Oops, you know what? This is why the things keep coming out, because I don't have it on the bottom and it's supposed to be on the bottom. Y'all got an inside look of how we just made that make sense for us just now. Don't piss me off. Oh, you missed some of the details? Yeah. I just don't. And here's the thing. This is the dilemma. It's a dilemma, but it's not a dilemma. I have not been on a date since November of 2024. There we go. Okay. I haven't been on a date since November 2024. Y'all know I don't go nowhere. I literally be up in this house. Let me get these lashes on. These are the last clusters that I'm getting ready to use. Haven't done this in a year, so y'all bear with me. You use this side to brush through your lashes, and then you pick up the size that you want and put them on there. And then once you have them all on, you use the other end and you brush through the lashes again to lock them in place. So I also have this lash glue because I got 2 different kits that these people sent me. I think it's just another way to apply, but I'm going to use this one. Ooh, my leg going to sleep. I don't go nowhere, and the thought of going on a date is exciting. I want to get dressed up and do my hair and do my makeup and put on something cute and, you know, but at what expense? The materials I'm not allowed to have? If the vibe was cool, you should go on one more date. This is the thing. We haven't been on a date at all. Our first date is supposed to be this weekend. So that's why I'm telling y'all this story and asking y'all's opinion, excuse me, on if I should actually go or not. Like, I'm not in the business of wasting nobody's time. I certainly don't want mine wasted. So if I know that, maybe what I'll do, this is what I'll do, y'all. I think what I'm going to do is, you know, just like I said, I don't think you should need to beat around the bush and be like, oh, I want to be married, but only if my wife is willing to sign a prenup. Instead of saying, I want to be married, but not by the state. Maybe I just need to come out and tell him. Because, like, we're both in our 30s, late 30s. He's 36. I'm 38. And I feel like based on the conversation that we've had, we get it. We are both at a point where, you know, we are intentionally focused on finding our spouse. We are not wanting to waste time. We are wanting someone who's equally yoked, all of the things. So maybe I just need to come out and be honest with him and be like, look, I'm really excited to go on a date with you this weekend, but I have some concerns about if we are really going to be a match because of the thing that you said about marriage, the thing that you said about materials. Like, is that really how you felt? Can you help me get a better understanding? Because what I don't want to do is waste your time, because I wouldn't want mine wasted. Maybe I should do that. The vibe is not there. The vibe actually is there. It's just the interpersonal conversation about these particular matters that caused my alarm bells to go off. And the fact that he said I was a yellow flag. Nigga, I'm as green as the flag can get, baby. I'm lime green. What you mean? This the other thing. He said, now I'm going by what the man said. That's all I can go by. Even if I ask, I gotta go by what the man said. He said he would want to take care of his wife and her not work. That was what he said. Again, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I know this man makes very decent money based on his profession. I know that he does. He's negging me. I've heard the term on TikTok. Can you please remind me what it means so I can have the correct understanding? And I feel like I heard the girl that I heard say it. I feel like she's somebody who talks about her dating experiences a lot too. And she has like a high-pitched voice, and she was talking about how this... Now, did the nail pop off or did I not put it on? She was talking about how she went on a date with this man who was making fun of her voice. Like putting you down. I don't know if I forgot to put it on or it came off. Maybe I forgot to put it on. I think I forgot to put it on because I couldn't figure out which one fit the best. I think that's what I'm going to do, y'all. I think I'm going to have that conversation. Do y'all think that's fair, right? Thoughts on the leads come back yesterday. What? What are y'all talking about? You like him young. She's 33. I'm 29. You stress. What are you talking about? Please. If you're being weird, quickly change what you're saying or I'm kicking you out. Yeah, okay, I could do that. But I want to have a conversation sooner rather than later, like today. Because I don't even want to, like, even keep thinking about even longer for the rest of the week. Like, should I go on a date? Shouldn't I go on a date? Should I? Like, I just don't. I just can't. And these no glue Manny nails, these stick really well. They stick really well. I might need to try to find I might need to try to find some on Amazon because I don't particularly like this pattern. But I'm a fan. He's not worth a conversation or much more thought. Damn, y'all strict. I thought I was strict. Y'all strict right here. Let me just kick you out. I ain't got time. I think I'm going to go ahead and make that snack that I made last night. I'm going to do at least one eye first. The snack that I made, it's on my TikTok page, my newer TikTok page. It is sweet and salty popcorn. When I pop that butter popcorn and then I pour some icing over it. Ooh, so good. I think I'll have that conversation. I'm just going to be an adult. I'm going to handle this like an adult would handle this. YouTube, I'm getting ready to move you really quick so I can get my camera that's behind you. Do I have another camera in there? I don't think I do. I'm going to put you back. I just need to grab this camera. I mean, this mirror. All right. There we go. So another thing that y'all missed on this TikTok page is the fact that I have been coming across guys who don't live in Orlando trying to like link and match with me. So like I match with people. I don't get on the app every day. When I'm really into it, I try to be somewhat present and maybe get on a few times a week just so I can see my matches or respond to any messages I might have. I don't have the notifications coming to my phone because absolutely not. But I matched with a couple of guys and it was like, I feel like Hinge be making me feel like y'all disrespectful. Because why would you ever try to match me with this person? Like, I'm not ugly, okay? And these booger whoops that y'all showing me is giving y'all trying to play in my face. So I matched with a couple of guys and I get on there and everybody's messaged me back. So they've matched with me. And I'm like, okay, these some cute ones. I came up on a cute little batch of folks. And then I get on there and I find out, yeah, these are shorter than I want. 8. 8 don't make sense to put on. Shit. I get on there and I find out that actually these men, now that it's been 2 or 3 days since I matched with them and they've now gotten back to matching with me, they don't actually live in Atlanta. I mean, live in Orlando. One of them lived in Atlanta, and talking about he goes back and forth. Bro, do you know how many times Amanda told me that? Oh, yeah, I be back and forth. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're trying to tell me that, and then you're going to try to trick me and think I'm going to be coming to see you, and I'm not. I can't even open this. What is going on? So that was, there we go. That was one guy. Another guy told me that he just straight up told me, at least he was honest. He told me that he was in town and he was just trying to link up. I know what that means. It's not going to happen. No. Immediately unmatched. And then the other guy, I matched with him at the end of January. And he told me that he was here finalizing a job. I later found out he was on a job interview. And I asked about it couple like the day before Valentine's Day, and he told me he hadn't heard anything back. And then he says, "Oh, but we have resources." And I was like, "What you mean?" Because he was talking about watching this show together. We was talking about what we was gonna do on Valentine's Day, and I was like, "Nothing." Oh, this is the lock side. And he was like, "We have resources." And I said, "Well, what do that mean?" And he said, "Oh, you can visit me and vice versa." And I'm not. And I told him straight up. I said, "I'm not doing that." It's not going to happen. I have no interest in doing anything long distance. Respectfully, if you don't live here or you won't be living here in the very near future, I am not interested. And he was cool with it, you know. He didn't get nasty or anything. He said, "I respect that. I understand." And we were really like communicating every day. And after that, once we weren't communicating anymore, I was like, "Yep, he ain't moving here." I don't even know if I believed that you was even here on a job interview, because you telling me that you work for the government, and you telling me that I feel like he told me he was transferring, or maybe he said he was getting a new job, and I just don't remember right. But there's no way you work for the government and you're moving to Orlando. They ordered everybody back to DC. So I don't know, y'all. I just don't be having no luck when it comes to this dating thing. We did talk about like past relationships, and I don't really have a lot to say in that department. And what do this mean? Because it's a man in this YouTube, in this TikTok live. Y'all tell me what this means, because I don't know. When we were talking about past relationships, and basically the same questions I'm asking him, he asking me, and vice versa. Okay? So he said, I guess the question was, what happened with your last relationship? Like, why did y'all break up? And he told me that they broke up for a similar reason to the reason that me and the guy that I was last dating, not dating no more. And that, but then he said, but also, I was, how did he say it? Ooh, my eyelash is sticking. Did not do that. He said also, that was my first relationship at that stage of my life. Now, this was 4 years ago, was this relationship. So, you were 32, so I guess he's saying his adult life, this was his first relationship of its kind. And so, I was a little bit confused as to exactly what that meant. And I was like, well, what you mean? I'm thinking, this the first time you dated anybody, and I just don't know. So, instead of assuming, I'm going to ask you. And he was like, exactly what you think it mean. And I said, I literally do not know. That's why I'm asking for clarification. And he ended up like saying something else. And so I said, okay, well, I'm just going to assume, like, now I know I ain't did this in a minute, but damn. I said, I'm going to just assume that maybe you're not comfortable telling me. So I moved on, and he did too. So what do that mean? Because I know you're not telling me you was no 32-year-old virgin. I'm not really sure what that means. So, man, what do that mean? When he say this was his first real relationship at this stage of his life, or at this older age, or something like that he was saying. What do that mean? Because I'm uncertain. As easy as this is, or is it easy as it's going? I don't know why I ain't been doing this. A little lash just adds you a little extra something, you know? could just bring a whole new look to your face. Can anybody tell me if it ain't the men, ladies, what do that mean? This is the first relationship he's had at this age and stage of his life. Basically, what he was saying, though, what he did tell me was he didn't really know what he was doing. Am I supposed to mean that means sexually? Because, again, I know you ain't no 32-year-old virgin. Are you? I highly doubt it. Damn, don't nobody know what it means. Hold on, y'all. Knock a couple folks out. Based on listening to you, you definitely the one who don't know what you doing and sound like the problem. No worries, you won't listen no more. See ya. I ain't said nothing I did that was, ooh, wait a minute, not two at the same time. Nothing I did that was a right or wrong thing, just my personal preferences. You gonna tell me I'm wrong? Well, am I wrong when I kick you out? Woo. I am doing a long form video for YouTube, a dating Q&A. I have some questions that people have asked that I'll be answering. If anybody has any other questions that they want to ask, specifically for the dating Q&A, please drop them. And he doesn't know what to expect. Oh, wait, did you say something? He don't know what to expect? Is that what you're saying that he was saying when he said that was the first relationship at that age? And maybe he didn't know what to expect, or he didn't know maybe what was expected of him. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, we all gotta learn. 4 years ago, he would have been 32. So, I'm willing to go on the date, but only after this conversation. I think once I finish my lashes and stuff, I'll text him. He'll probably be, it's 4:54. Yeah, he should be off of work. And see if he got time to chit chat. I don't know if he got to go to the gym. Probably so. But we'll see. Now, when the man said that I was a yellow flag, when I told y'all that story, is it anything that y'all heard in that story that would lead y'all to believe with him that maybe I'm a yellow flag and maybe I just don't see it? Anything I said or anything that leads you to believe that I'm a yellow flag, or hell, even a red one, that relationship was the most serious he has known. Whatever you do isn't going to shrink that bottom lip. Okay? I told y'all the comments on YouTube be so weird. Yellow flag is not as bad as red flag. I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm yellow, but I'm not mad that somebody is saying that I'm yellow. Like, okay, Deborah said no, she didn't hear nothing that would lead her to believe I'm a yellow or a red flag. Anybody else? Anything I've said or done that would lead somebody to believe, based on the story I told you, that I'm a yellow or a red flag. Because I think I'm as green as they come. Let me put a little bit of bond on this. Not a bad thing necessarily. How is it not a bad thing? I feel like if it ain't green, something ain't right. Ooh. Just have that conversation with him and get a better understanding. Oh, you better believe I am. You best believe I'm going to do just that. Because I don't want that man feeling like, oh, she used me for a dinner. She used me for a date. No. I'd really rather be at home, truth be told, than to go somewhere with somebody who don't make sense for me to go with. Maybe I just don't need a lash in this inner corner. Maybe that's what it's looking like. Let me not force it for it be irritating my eye. All right. All right, we finished this eye. This is what it's looking like. Super easy. Very quick and easy. See, I feel like something's missing on the inner corner though, right? Maybe I just need to put something super small. Oh, I'm trying to put a 12. That's why I thought I was putting an 8. See there? Sure. Duh. Okay, let's see if this one do better. Oh yeah, that was it. That was it. Okay. These lashes I got off of TikTok Shop, child. It comes in 8, 10, 2 12s, and 2 14s. So I do 14s all the way until I get to like a little bit past the middle. Then I do like 2 10s and an 8. Yellow flag sounds like he will be mindful about you. What do you mean? Red flag means that I wanted to run away from you. All right, so now that we've done that, we are going to use the other side to lock and seal it in place. Lock in Beauty by Seal the lash clusters in place. Okay. And I will brush these. Oops, see, that 8 hanging. She just don't want to stay on board. gonna try one more time to get her on, and if she don't stay, she just ain't meant to be. I've only put these on once a year ago. I don't know why I didn't put them on more often. I guess because I don't know why. I do have lash strips. And these are so easy that I don't know why I don't be doing them more often. Especially when I can get them from TikTok. Easy peasy. Ooh. I need a napkin, my eye watering. One second, y'all. Let me just get this little piece on here. I wish I had a napkin. I got this little napkin. I want something to eat. Something sweet. I wish I had some candy. Okay. Oh. So I told y'all also, like, I've only been on 3 dates since October. That was when I went on the first date. And I feel like the 2 dates that I went on in October and November, those was the only 2 that I went on. I feel like if whatever happened with those guys didn't work out, I feel like I should at least be learning from it for the next situation. Yeah, I don't necessarily feel like this is necessary right here, but it's on there now, so we're just gonna leave it be. And the first guy, he was cool. We had a good conversation. I do know I don't want to ever go back to a cigar lounge because it's funky in there. It stink. Like, that smell was in my hair and in my clothes. It was even in my purse. It's funky in there. So don't need to do that again. Never need to go back to a cigar lounge. And we had a good conversation, but I don't want to stop ordering. He was using pictures that were not reflective of how he currently looked. He definitely had gained weight. He was certainly much heavier in real life than he was in the pictures that he was uploading. Like, the pictures that he was uploading looked like they could have been from his prime peak. I just got out of undergrad years. And yeah, the conversation was good, but I wasn't attracted to him romantically. Like, physically, it just wasn't working for me. Not ugly, just a little too heavy for my liking. The green light means go. Yellow light means slow down or be cautious because the light will soon turn red. Red light means stop. I mean, I know all that, but when you say he will be mindful about me, that's what I was asking. What you mean yellow mean he gonna be mindful? Now the other guy was very cute, very attractive. He lived, and this is the other thing, now that I'm thinking about it. The second guy, the last guy I went on a date with in November, and this guy that I'm currently talking to, they both live an hour away from me. But anyway, but I felt like he had something else going on. Like, he had somebody else that he was like dating to the point that I could just tell he had something else going on. He was asking me to come see him, like, oh, you know, would you ever come down here and let me cook for you? And, you know, he was going through the motions and saying the things, but, And then he never hit me up, and I never hit him up, so that was that. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with my hair. Y'all, I want to take a break and make my snack. But I got y'all on here. I want to make my popcorn and my, oh, do I want to know? I said I was going to save that for when I, do the live. I mean, do the Q&A. I got me a little frozen drink thing. Okay, I think I'm going to get off live now. Because I'm just ready to go make my snack and talk on the phone. Do other stuff. I've been on here for, let's see, 182 minutes. So that's what, 2.5 hours? That's long enough. That's long enough. Actually 3 hours. Yeah, it's time to get off a live. I haven't been on these lives. I haven't been on the TikTok lives as long, but I've been on YouTube the whole time, and it's been 3 hours, so I'm finna get off of here. Yellow light means think, make a decision if you go or stop or be mindful rather to go forward. Okay, that's fair. Damn, Omar said don't go. You too, Yana. You have a great day. Or Yana, I hope I pronounced it right. Thank y'all for all the advice y'all gave me on this side of TikTok. And appreciate y'all over here too. See y'all next time. Bye, YouTube. Y'all know y'all my favorite.